I think you got it wrong. I'm not gonna bring it up.
You're not.
No.
Keegan, it really does feel like you guys are having a good time out here. Does this camp feel a little different with the lapping and the sort of joy you're playing with?
Yeah, I mean it's been fun. We've been able to compete a lot, which is fun to a basketball player. So like we're in a good space, especially after last season. So just hopefully keep this going forward.
What are you seeing in some of these scrimmages and just the level of competition?
I think everyone's trying. Everyone's trying to pick up the concepts, trying to pick up, be aggressive, offensively, defensively, things like that. So I feel like there's not one person that's been lazy or lack of effort, and I feel like that's a good sign.
Their squad loses to third squad. What kind of goes through your mind? How long do you kind of wear that for?
I mean, I think you guys saw the last one, but before that, we ran the table. But I mean, I feel like that just shows the depth that we have. Like our young guys have been really good and things like that. So, and that means they're getting more comfortable, which is a good sign.
I mean, does it give them like a confidence? And you were kind of in their situation, maybe not third, but
Yeah.
you know, a moment like that, what kind of confidence do you think you can give them?
Yeah, especially guys in their first training camp. It's a big confidence when you're beating guys that have years in the league and things like that. So I think it's a good thing that they're able to compete with us. That shows that we have depth that we can go to at any point. So
how is that starting five unit? I know Dennis is new, but getting more acclimated with Zach and then DeRozan. Just how do you feel about that starting five and how you're going to play together?
I mean, we're putting in new stuff, which is good. A lot. I feel like there's more movement, running around and things like that, which we didn't have last year. So obviously with Dennis being back, obviously he was at the Eurobasket, things like that. So he wasn't with us the past 2 weeks, and he's still getting used to everything. But he's been doing a good job. It's been fun playing with him so far.
Offensively, what is your role? Is it more coming out with DHO and then pulling out from three and maybe driving lane if they go after that, or just keeping it? What does the new offense look for you when they're at it?
Just be aggressive. They're using me more than they did last year, especially coming out of the corner and in transition, things like that. So there's not like a specific thing like you got to catch and shoot off the DHO or anything like that. It's really just use my talent and ability to get a basket or get downhill, get fouled, hit a knock down a shot, and just different things like that.
How are you doing with Doug's directive? Defense, smile. Is that doing well with that? Those three things that he's asking you to do?
I mean, I already did that, so I don't know what he was talking about. So,
Hey, Keegan.
yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
was going to say, Keegan, at Media Day, you talked about the importance of catch and a flow. Besides seeing the ball go through the basket, what goes into that in your game?
Just being aggressive defensively. I think that's the most fun when you're able to pick up 94 feet and make your other player uncomfortable, the other team uncomfortable. And obviously, it's just knocking down shots, being able to have the ball, touch the ball is the biggest thing when you're talking about flow. When you don't touch the ball for 5 minutes, it's hard to get into a flow. So that's kind of just what I was going for.
Keegan, Doug mentioned that he wanted to see you get up at least 10 shots this season. Are you working on that goal?
I mean, that's not necessarily a goal. It's just more of me being aggressive on the offensive side. But he obviously wants me to shoot when I'm open, and I've done a good job of that so far. And it's not necessarily like you gotta get up 10 shots a game or 10 threes a game. That's tough. So,
What's your assessment of like Meek so far, and what kinds of things you think he'll be able to do himself?
I think he's been good, especially offensively, picking up our concepts. I think he's been playing the DHOs and the pick and roll as well, and being the weak side defender. And I feel like the more he's aggressive, the more it helps us. So I feel like he's been doing a really good job just on both ends of the court, and obviously contributing a lot in the training camp so far.
What stood out to you guys, or to you about how you guys are playing defensively right now? Like, are you noticing the physicality, the things that Doug's kind of asking from you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you see different guys trying, which is the biggest thing. Trying to slide their feet, stay in front of the ball, and things like that. So, obviously with Dennis, it helps me a lot in the starting unit to pick up full court, disrupt the ball handling, things like that. So, we've seen improvement. At this point, it's just going out against someone else and going out against the opponent, and obviously making that happen in the game. So, you can't really just do it in practice and not do it in the game. So.
Last season,
Couple
you
more
had a
guys.
pretty extreme level of defensive responsibility. Are you expecting that same level, or are they easing off on that side to allow you to do more on the offense?
I think with Dennis, obviously it helps. I won't guard as many point guards as I did. Obviously they'll be versatile in where I guard. Obviously the best player on the court. But obviously Dennis is able to do that too. So it'll be interesting to see once we get into the season.
Doug talked about you hunting shots and wanting to do that a little bit more. What's the process of identifying what those looks are, and how helpful is it for you to have those specific spots?
A lot of transition, trying to find space in transition to either attack the basket, bring the ball down the court, locate to find an open shot, and then just playing in the flow of our offense. I feel like with our offense, it's just natural to figure out a space and get a shot whether it's off dribble penetration and things like that. So I've seen improvement in camp, so it's just working towards that more.
Cool. Thanks, Keegan. Thanks, Keegan.
Yep.
Doing all right.
What up, Keegan?
How we doing?
Keegan.
What's just maybe your biggest takeaway from some of these scrimmages and the level of competitiveness?
I think the attention to detail, I think that's there. It's been there. What is the other word I want to use? We've been going really hard. Every team's been, giving each other good looks, good games. So I think, with the new stuff that we're trying to put in, we've given ourselves a good look at, how we can improve and how things are how the offense will be ran, how we should be playing on defense. So I think that's what's been really good so far.
What do you think of the change in the high five rules about?
Man, we always do something. I don't know. I don't know. I think the high five, as long as it wasn't a crazy slap after the shot, I think that should be fine. But I don't even know what they're saying now is legal. So we'll see if we'll find it out. So
Is it an adjustment for you though? I know Mike was preaching a lot for you guys last year.
I wouldn't say for me because I don't really slap hands. I really just more so just kind of hold my hand out and just hit theirs. But so I don't really think so.
You guys want to be an aggressive team. The NBA refs here today, how much do you feel like you guys have a barometer of how aggressive you can be and without the whistle calls and vice versa?
I don't think it really did too much. Because it was crazy because there were still times where it was obviously a foul, and after the play they were like, yeah, you got fouled. So what are we doing? I don't know, but in the little drills we do, I guess that's where it can be useful, but still pretty much the same to me.
You and Malik seem to be captains of that second unit. What do you make of that group's ability to come in and change a game or highly impact a game off the bench and the advantage that you guys will have with that?
Well, I think, kind of in the second unit, your job is to, just hold whatever the first unit that's kind of created for you, or fight yourself back into the game. So just be that spark off the bench. And so I think we all know what Malik does and the spark that he brings off the bench. So with me being out there with him, I think I'm just trying to, not just him, but the whole second unit itself, just try to get everyone going and make sure we're playing the right way, everyone's in the right spots and things like that. So I think that could be good for us.
You mentioned in media day that you were also working on creating for yourself and shooting off the dribble. Have you gotten to showcase that a little bit in these 5-on-5?
Yeah, when the situation is there, but I have for sure. But I do think for the most part, at least me right now in training camp, I'm more so just really trying to make sure people know the offense and we're in the right spots, and when things break down, make sure we're getting back to those spots, and then also just trying to get guys going, finding guys to get them looks, because just to feel the ball and make sure it's straight around.
How do things look in the field defensively compared to a year ago?
That's a good question. Well, it's still training camp a little bit, so guys get tired after a while, but I think and we're trying to play a little bit different. So, but it's been good though. I think everyone's really trying to bring it on that end so far. So he wants us picking up 94 feet, playing physical, making sure we're touching people. So I think we've really done that to a good job of that in the couple of practices like that.
And what are your impressions of Nick so far, and things like that when you guys are with?
He's really solid. When he's out there, he's going to have rookie mistakes and whatnot. We're all going to make mistakes anyway, but he's been playing really solid, really good. On the offensive end and the defensive end. So I do think he should be able to come in and help us right away.
Having had that experience with Doug last season, and even as an assistant coach, coming into training camp, is there anything that is surprising or new to you that maybe you weren't expecting that he implemented?
No, I wouldn't say so. Just because I mean, from the time he kind of took over, he still was kind of preaching the same thing, being physical and making sure we're up to touch and things like that. So the physicality, I just think now that kind of a whole season's passed, he's kind of put his own footprint on it. But I would pretty much say it's still been the same Doug that I know and he's trying to implement.
Have you watched footage of him yet?
Oh, man, I had a busy day, but I have to though. I definitely have to because him and BJ tried to they tried to come at me a little bit for like a defensive mishap I had. So I'm gonna definitely go back and I'm gonna bring some clips to them. I got you. I'm definitely
keep asking, so please do.
No, I got you because they was trying to talk trash to me. So and I know I'm okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got you.
You say you guys are trying to do some things different defensively. Like, can you elaborate on that? What's different?
I think just certain situations like not over helping when you don't need to give the other team advantages. And I think the picking up 94 feet, he's really trying to emphasize everyone picking up 94 feet. I mean, it's tough, but that's kind of what you have to do to win. So that and being physical, making sure on every catch you're up, you're getting a hand on them so they know you're there and they're feeling your presence. So those are the three things off the top of my head for sure that I can name right now.
Doug talked about
The identity kind of the Kings are trying to take on is very much, kind of your game, right? It seems like. Do guys come to you at all during the camp trying to pick your brain a little bit, obviously, your defensive prowess, things like that, or I know you're a younger athlete, but is that something any guys approach you about?
Not really. I think they'll ask, but I don't think I've ever had someone pull me to the side and be like in this situation where you do like that. But I mean, I think guys just they'll compliment me in an asking way, and it's how do you get that steal right there or something like that. But I don't think it's really for them to really learn. I think they just are so amazed at it, I guess. I don't know, something like that. But it's more so that. So yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Keon. Relationship with Isaac at Summer League. They talked about him spacing the floor more, maybe playing the 4. We saw him playing the 3 out here. How have you seen him develop into his versatility?
I mean, I think even me talking to him, it's just I've been telling him, if he's going to play more for us, I think a 4 spot would be a really good spot for him. I mean, he just has to be able to stretch the floor. In today's game, that's really huge. So, I mean, for how good he plays inside the 3-point line, if he can add that consistent 3-point shot to his game, I mean, that with also being able to guard and rebound on the other end, I mean, sky's the limit for a guy like him.
Cool. Thanks, Keon.
For sure.
Thanks, man. I'll stop talking.
Just light him. Yeah,
No. I'm gonna get this flip.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Working today, huh?
Yeah. I'm working every day, Doug.
I didn't see you yesterday.
I'm working.
Doug, day 4, just how's everyone holding up injury-wise? And this is usually that day where there's a lot of ice packs.
Nah, man, competitiveness was at a really high level today. Guys, they want to play. I'm a big play guy in practice. I love for them to compete and play. There are fundamentals that we got to work on, but as far as everybody being willing and able, everybody's getting after it, and they know that iron sharpens iron. To love my brother, I have to get at his head.
We're seeing a lot of, love. You guys laughing, a lot of fun out here. Is that something that you're trying to make sure that they're
Basketball is supposed to be fun, man. I mean, this is a kid's sport. We learn as a kid. Just because the stakes get higher doesn't mean that we need to be doom and gloom. I want them to have fun. I want them to show their personality, all of that. And listen, is it always going to go great? Nah, it's not. But that just means we need to lock in, get after it some more. But fun is part of it, man, because it's a game, and we want to come out here and have a good time. When people come to see the show, we want to put on a show for them.
Is what you're seeing kind of maybe reaffirming maybe some hunches or beliefs you might have had before you came into camp about maybe this collective group?
No, it's more maybe what I thought about being a coach and coaching, not necessarily the group, the ability to pick up, the ability to get after people, the ability to share the basketball, the ability to show them how to make reads and teach them how to play is very important to me. And I hired a staff that thinks along those same lines. And, that's as a defender, the worst or the hardest people to guard was the ones that had all the options. The less options you got or the more stagnant you are, it's not that hard to guard. But that means that you got to read the game and study the game and be willing to sacrifice of yourself while you're playing.
NBA refs were here today. How nice is it to have them here today? And is there any rule changes this year that we should be aware of heading into the new season?
No, there's little tweaks here and there, but nothing that's like crazy major. It was great for the NBA to offer up the refs to come because with some of the tweaks, with how I expect our team to play, we tried to put them in situations that was a concentrated dose of a certain action to see what level of physicality we're going to be able to play with so that we can learn to adjust to the whistle. And I thought we did a decent job of it. The whistle blew and we kept playing. Don't stop, keep playing. We'll look at it on film. That was a foul, that wasn't a foul, and teach from there.
One of the things that they changed is that high five contest.
Yeah.
Do you like that tweak to it?
Well, I mean, if anybody hit my hand like that, I would have been like, listen, I'm not about that life. So, I mean, some of the ways that people are slapping people's hand is just like, that's like if you do that to someone's chest or someone's back, like it's a flagrant foul.
Yeah.
But you're doing it to their shooting hand. So, no, all of it, I didn't always say that Joey Crawford made sense when he was repping me, but all of it made sense over there because I love Joey.
We saw Joey outside.
Yeah.
How cool is it to see Joey Crawford?
It's just the best, man. Joey is one of my favorites. I always love the refs that you could talk to as human beings. Things get heated, and he still talks to me, so he never took it personal. I still think he was wrong. I told him that today, and he laughed. But it's really good to see some of our, legends, and that's what I consider Joey, still in the game and contributing to, just like players do with players, refs do with refs. That's beautiful.
You do it every time you see him?
What's that?
Tell him he's wrong.
Damn right. No doubt. Bad call, Joey. He's like, shut up, Doc. He's Philly all day. Good.
Of course, you can only have these units play against each other, but what do you make of the depth and interchangeability of these lineups and get to experiment with that on Wednesday?
Yeah, it's, at a certain position, there's log jams and different things, but the competitive nature of the guys has been high level, and that's really what we want. We want to create a competitive environment because that's what we're all about. We want to go out and compete. We're not out there trying to play. We're out there trying to compete. And that means for every little area that we can get. And there'll be some that we're not even maybe looking at right now. But when we get out there, and they're doing that at a really high level. So I'm super excited and proud of and for them.
How Max is looking out there? Max and Ronald, how are you looking out there?
Max has done well, man. I mean, he's a super skilled big man that has the ability to do a lot of different things on the floor. In the mind, like he's a 7-footer, but in many ways, can you play him at 4? Can you play Domas at 4, play him at 5? You just, there's a lot of things that go through your mind. You got to see him out there. I mean, he's going to have to adjust to the physicality and all the different things that a rookie has to adjust to. But been super excited to watch him continue to grow from the summertime to now.
How close is he to playing? Like getting earning room?
It's that's going to be an in-game thing when we face competition that doesn't like you. Like watching him out here. He's done a really, really great job. We'll probably mix up the lineup some as we go through camp and some of the practices so that we can get a look at different people playing in different lineups. But it's hard to say that because some people are gamers. They're not great practice players and get in the game and play well. He's been great in practice. He talks at a high level. His communication skills are great, and I think the teammates love him. I mean, his passing, his shooting, everything. He's done well.
What spots on the floor do you think Neek is realistically maybe going to be able to give you minutes, and is he kind of establishing himself as a rotation guy already?
You know, I think all the perimeter positions, you know, like, do I see him playing some point guard? Yes, because of his skill set, but that's, you know, he's also got to be out there with the secondary ball handler because, you know, I was a rookie and I could do all those things, but when you go out there and, you know, you look in front of you and it's like Mookie Blaylock, you're like, oh, God. So, you know, he's going to be facing guys. It's good for him to face Dennis in practice because that's about a higher level as defenders you're going to see in the NBA. So that's what I mean by iron sharpens iron. His skill set says to me he can play all the perimeter positions.
1, 2, 3.
Couple more guys.
The glimpses we've got of 5-on-5, seen Zach make some pretty big defensive plays. Heard you celebrating with him with those two. What have you seen from him stepping up on that end of the floor?
I'm just super excited, man. Like, he's been challenged and he's accepted the challenge. Like, that's what a real pro does. And then, you know, his teammates get to watch him do that. And he's not the only one. DeMar's out there playing defense like everyone. Are they always picking up 94 feet? I had a clip of him today picking up 94 feet, and we all, you know, smiled and had a laugh. But that's what winning habits, that's what those are. Is it always going to happen? No. But if Dennis is picking up 94 feet, well, then you need to be in that 70-foot zone so that the pass doesn't advance up the side of the court. Those are winning habits, and those are the habits that we try to, you know, make sure that the guys are focused on, locked in on, and all of them are willing to try to do everything that they can to make those happen on a daily basis. So as a coach, it makes me excited.
Looking at Devin, just what do you have to see from him from summer league to now, and where you're trying to see him take that next
Devin
step?
has grown immensely since summer league to now. Listen, like the kid, he's in way better shape. He's understanding and reading the game better. From the point guard position, he's beginning to understand the things. When you're at the free throw line, you're already calling out the play. You got something in your mind. What are we running? On defense, making sure that everybody's set. Those are the responsibilities of a point guard. And a guy like Dennis is going to help him too, because he's not a natural point guard, but you know, he's going to play that position sometimes. His gravity on the defensive end is always felt, and he's fearless. Like, he's not scared of the moment. So all those things put together usually creates a pretty good player in the NBA.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
All right, Joe.